My husband passed away of a brain tumour when my boys were 3 and 6. But before that, my dad had actually passed away of exactly the same kind of brain tumour. So my cancer diagnosis just came about through a routine mammogram, just a normal old breast screen mammogram. After my husband died, I was very conscious of leading by example, I guess. So if I was sad and felt like crying, I would cry.
The GP, who's a registrar, had to break the bad news that they found a lesion on my brainstem. So, but in terms of symptoms, it was just completely by coincidence that we found it. Obviously, my dad passed away from a brain tumour, and my mum's dad as well. So it's, just stuff like that happens, and it's just so bizarre. I certainly never thought it would happen to me. Certainly, at least not this young.
Before my husband was diagnosed and passed away, I was a different person, and I think seeing him approach his diagnosis and his treatment and his illness and ultimately his passing taught me how to deal with, I learned a lot from him and his approach. He was incredibly brave.
When Liz was going through her treatment, it was probably daily, just to be there for her for moral support and just to hear, the day-to-day of what she was going through. And
having lost my father and my husband, and it was just something that was always in the back of my mind, and I thought, surely the universe wouldn't ever be that cruel. I guess the difference with Braden's diagnosis and mine is that they still don't know what they're dealing with. They've done a biopsy, and that was supposed to be a fairly routine biopsy, but he spent 2 weeks in a rehab ward learning to walk again and regain his balance and vision. As a parent, you don't want your children to have to go through any hardship and any pain and any suffering.
Oh, Mum's been incredible. When I was having radiotherapy, this is just one of many examples. When I was having radiotherapy Monday to Friday for 6 weeks, I think she might have taken me 95% of the time. When I came out of the biopsy, I was out of it. I might have slept for a couple of hours, and she was just sitting there in the corner of the room just watching me or playing games on her iPad or reading a book or something. And I know, like, those initial couple of days,
just the words, brain tumour, after we're, sorry, I'm gonna get there. Going through it twice before, it was just frightening. He's such a cracking kid.
I know for some people might not, cope with it as well, but I'm under the impression that, if you kind of let it, take over, and if there's no point sitting in the corner and, being miserable, because that's not going to help you, it's not going to help other people. I think that if you can, come across as really strong, I think a positive state of mind makes the world of difference. So yeah, certainly just try and stay as strong as you can for yourself and for other people as well.